Today we're going to learn about our national park system. Can anyone tell me what year the park system was created and by which president?
I can, Mr. Mathers. The year was 1872, and the president was Ulysses Grant.
Great answer, that's correct. We have learned that the United States has 59 protected areas known as the national parks. They're operated by the National Park Service, an agency of the Department of the Interior. Only the United States Congress can establish a national park. Can anyone tell me the names of the first few parks?
Yellowstone was signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant in 1872, followed by Mackinac National Park in 1875. Sequoia and Yosemite were in 1890. I got this info from National Parks, The American Experience by Al Runt, but I also used Wikipedia. They're great resources and really affected my opinion on the preservation of the national parks, especially in my area.
Right on, Betty. 14 national parks are designated UNESCO World Heritage Sites. There are also 21 that are designated UNESCO Biosphere Reserves.
Mr. Mathers, whose job is it to ensure that these areas in our country are preserved?
Good question. Congress enacted the Organic Act of 1916 to do this. Does anyone know what that act established?
Oh, I know. The National Park Service. It's part of the Department of Interior. The total areas protected by the national parks is approximately 52.2 million acres for an average of 885,000 acres, but a median of only 236,000 acres. It's a lot of land, more than I expected.
Great. Bonus question. Where is Badlands National Park located?
I have it, in South Dakota.
Correct. Can anyone describe the park?
Oh, I can. We went there on vacation. We almost missed the trip because my mother had to have an emergency laparoscopic appendectomy. She had to take Ventura and codeine, so she was a little woozy, but she was able to make the trip. The Badlands is made up of buttes, pinnacles, spires, and mixed grass prairies. The White River Badlands contain the largest group of mammal fossils. The wildlife includes bison, bighorn sheep, black-footed ferrets, and prairie dogs. We had a great time.
Right in our state of Pennsylvania, we have a park called the Delaware Water Gap. You can hike, fish, and kayak along the river. The park is 70,000 acres, so there's plenty of space to enjoy. Last question. What is the name of the national park located in Center City?
That's an easy one. Independence National Historic Park. You can see the Liberty Bell, the location and foundation for George Washington's house, Independence Hall, and even Betsy Ross's house. I like to visit, especially to get a cheesesteak in the Italian market.
Did you know that national parks are not just in the United States? You can find all types of parks around the world. At our neighbors to the south in Mexico, there is Tulum National Park. There are over 1,500 acres of ancient Mayan ruins and beaches that are home to nesting turtles. In Asia, China to be specific, there's a national park called Zhigao Valley National Park. And finally, in Europe, there is a national park made up partially of man-made constructions.
I stopped at Chitwan National Park in Nepal just before I climbed Mount Everest. Well, just kidding.
Well, class, I think we had a good lesson. Let's end this class with a stromboli in the lunchroom. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow when we discuss the Nordic Northern Lights.